I recently got back from a vacation with family out in North Carolina, and I realized that when I got home, I was tired. And that's kind of the point of going on vacation is to rest. You vacate from normal life and you rest. And I did rest. I was able to relax and enjoy family, and we had a great time. And yet, I found myself more tired when I got home. Not just physically tired, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually tired. And I think it's been coming for a while, actually, me feeling this. It's almost been increasing weight. There's something that even vacation couldn't take away. Even relaxing and sleeping and fun with family could not resolve. And it's been, this is something that God has taught me over and over throughout the years, and just reminding me afresh of it again recently. That part of the reason why we feel weighed down and stressed out and anxious is because we are putting upon our shoulders things that do not belong on our shoulders. We do not have broad enough shoulders to carry the weight of the world, and too often we do. We want to engage in actions, and then we want to ensure the results. But that's not for us to do. We can't do that. And God has never asked us to do so. In fact, I started thinking about this. It's not just that we get anxious. It's we have to get out why we're getting anxious, why we are stressed, why we are so weighed down and tired and bothered and frustrated and struggling with certain things. It's often because we are not putting things in proper perspective, and we're not laying our problems and our struggles, our burdens on the Lord. This is from 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 and 7. It says, "Humble yourselves, therefore," because in verse 5 he had said, God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. So because God gives grace to the humble and he opposes the proud, you want to humble yourself, right? So humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time he may exalt you, casting all your anxieties on him. If you bring yourself low, he will at the proper time bring you up. And it says, casting all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. Casting is a participle here. It's an instrumental participle, meaning that it tells you how you're to humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. How do you do it? By casting all your anxieties on him. That would tell us then that we are actually being prideful when we are trying to carry the burden ourselves. We're saying, I think that I can do it. Putting hope in myself, my own strength, my own abilities, my own resources to be able to do what needs to be done. We're treating ourselves as God and God as not. That's prideful. It's sinful. That often is what leads to anxiety. That often is what leads to us feeling so stressed and tired and worn out because we're trying to carry a burden that is too heavy for us. God says, cast it on me. The word casting here is to throw it. Like you would take a saddle and throw it on a horse. You would take a blanket and you would throw it on something that you would sit on. It would be like where you take this rock and you throw it off yourself and you put it on God. He says, cast all your anxieties on him because he is the mighty God. He has the mighty hand of God, and because he cares for you. That is, he is both able and he is not only willing but desirous to carry our burdens for us. So we should humble ourselves. Remember, because God opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. He gives it over and over again when we humble ourselves before him. And part of the way we humble ourselves before God is casting all of our anxieties on him and saying, God, I want you and you alone to carry this burden because no one else can carry it. It's too much. I can't ensure the results of how everything will work out. And I don't need to. Because God, you are a mighty God and you care for me.